Hello everyone, it's Juan again. Welcome to this week's video. And today I'm going to show you how to convert polar. Today I'm going to show you how to convert polar coordinates to rectangular coordinates. Let's get started. So we use the different systems of coordinates to locate a point in the plane. So we are very used to the rectangular system of coordinates. If I ask you to locate a point in the plane, you're going to be like, hey, can you give me the x and the y, and I'm going to tell you where it is. If I ask you where the point P is, you're going to tell me it's x units going in the x-axis and y units going in the y-axis. However, there's another way in which you can say where a point is if you know the distance in between the center of the plane and the point itself. And we're going to call that r because it looks like a radius, and you know the angle theta set line forms with the positive x-axis. From this diagram, we can find some of the relationships that there are in between x, y, r, and theta. We can see that the tangent of theta, which is the opposite over the adjacent, is equal to y over x. The cosine of theta, which is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse, is equal to x over r. And the sine of theta, which is the opposite over the hypotenuse, is equal to y over r. And from these two relationships, we can express x and y as a function of r and theta. Now, I'm going to solve two different examples converting polar coordinates to rectangular coordinates. So if we have the point 2 comma pi over 6, which is this point, if you want to grab the point in the plane, you first follow your angle. So you follow your angle pi over 6, and along that straight line, you're going to go 2 units in that direction. Now let's recall these two formulas in which we know that x is equal to r cosine theta and y is equal to r sine theta. So if we know that x is equal to r cosine theta, we know that r is 2 times the cosine of pi over 6. Pi over 6 is in radians, so 2 times the cosine of pi over 6, the cosine of that is square root of 3 over 2. This 2 will cancel out, and we know that x is going to be equal to square root of 3. Then we solve for y. So y is equal to 2 times the sine of pi over 6. And the sine of pi over 6 is 1/2. So 2 times 1/2. The 2's will cancel out. We're going to know that y is equal to 1. If we want to know whether or not our answer is right, we know that this is a right triangle. So r squared is equal to x squared plus y squared. You just plug in your numbers, and these two things are going to have to be equal. So 2 squared is equal to the square root of 3 squared plus 1 squared. So 2 squared is 4. Square root of 3 squared is 3 plus 1 squared is 1. So 4 is equal to 4. Which tells us that our answer is right. Now we're given that our radius is equal to -3 and our angle is equal to 135 degrees. So if we want to grab that point in the plane, first we follow the angle, which is 135 degrees. So we go all the way here and we draw a straight line. However, since our radius is negative, we're not going to go in this direction, we're going to go in the opposite direction. So we graph our point 3 units in this direction. Now that we know where our point is located, we know that our x has to be positive and our y has to be negative. Anyway, we're going to use our same formulas, and we're not going to change the angle. Now let's solve for x. So x is equal to our radius, which is -3, times the cosine of 135 degrees. This is equal to -3 times the cosine of 135 degrees, which is equal to negative square root of 2 over 2. Negative times a negative is a positive number, and is going to be 3 times square root of 2 over 2. Finally, let's solve for y. So y is equal to our radius, which is -3, times the sine of 135 degrees. So -3 times the sine of 135 degrees, which is positive square root of 2 over 2. That's equal to -3 times square root of 2 over 2. If you want to get a decimal number for your answer, you can do so. You can just punch your numbers in the calculator, and that's going to give you the right answer. And before we're finished, we're going to see whether or not our answer is right. So we know that since this is a right triangle, r squared is going to be equal to x squared plus y squared. So r squared is -3 and square root of that's going to be 9. And that's equal to x squared, which is 9 times square root of 2 squared is 2, and 2 squared is 4, plus y squared is the same thing, so 9 times 2 over 4. So we get this 4 and this 4 are going to cancel out here, and same in here. So we end up with 9 is equal to 9 over 2 plus 9 over 2. 9 over 2 plus 9 over 2 is 2 times 9 over 2. The 2's will cancel out and we end up with 9 is equal to 9. And this tells us that our answers are correct. So that was it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of my video. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.